Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and lately I've been making a lot of videos talking about Season 5 and just the problems that are consistently coming up, not just with me, but for the whole entire community. And that's why I make these videos, is because, well, one, it's easy for me just to sit here and say, oh, I'm having these problems, so obviously it's a problem for everyone. No, that's not the case. I get your guys' feedback, and also I feed it into another video, and I feel like this is a problem that everyone consistently has. Now, again, I never try to bag on competitive Overwatch, but man, lately it's kind of like my ex-girlfriend, right? Like, I think it's gonna change. I think it's gonna be a good day. I go back to it constantly, but it's just a letdown. I feel bad about myself, and I just want to cry. But even with my terrible metaphor aside, I generally do enjoy competitive Overwatch. I still love quick play because I'm learning new heroes, like D.Va, for example. That's a hero I kind of am forcing myself to learn because I need to learn a tank, and you'll see later on in the video why. But I seriously do love competitive Overwatch. I know not everyone does, but sometimes, man, it can seriously be very stressful because of all the things that are kind of out of my control, and I have to realize, like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to control the toxic players. I'm not going to be able to control the throwers and whatnot because, well, that's totally out of my control, and you can't really fix human behavior. In fact, I mentioned that in the last video, but for something like this is a possible solution that I feel like would just fix so many problems, especially in Season 5, and what I'm talking about are the one-trick ponies, the mains, the triple Mercy mains that are on everybody's team, the triple Genji mains, more or less the popular heroes in the Overwatch community. You're getting tons of those quote-unquote mains on your team, and you're not really getting a very diverse kind of hero selection because, well, everyone wants to play Mercy, everyone wants to play like Genji, everyone wants to play D.Va or whatever, but what if we need more DPS? Or on the other side of things, what if we need like a Lucio or Zenyatta? And at that point, we're kind of screwed because, well, hey, these guys only play Mercy, they don't have the right tactics to be able to play other heroes, and that's my biggest problem with Season 5. Now, I'm not going to sit here and exaggerate the problem saying that everyone has this problem, that every single game you're going to get 3 other people that can strictly only play Mercies, that are only Mercy mains, but my biggest problem is that it's not too far from the truth. Now, let's take the Mercy mains for an example. I'm not saying Mercy doesn't take any skill, but what the thing is that I'm most concerned about and why this is a problem is that, let's say we do need like a Soldier Center 6, maybe we even need like a Zenyatta, or maybe we need a McCree, someone that isn't just all heal oriented, and if these 3 players cannot play hit scan heroes consistently throughout competitive because, well, they've been playing Mercy so much, they haven't been practicing their skills with hit scan, and they're at a bigger disadvantage than if they were just playing the hero they're most comfortable with, which is Mercy. But the thing is, 2 other players along with them also play Mercy, so what do they have to do? Well, they have to bite the bullets and play a hero that they're not comfortable with, and it's not their fault because that's the heroes they like to play. I want to kind of blame it on the Blizzard system with competitive for not dividing up the roles a little bit more evenly and fair, rather than just giving us 3 Mercy mains on the same side. And that's why you're currently seeing D.Va gameplay and quick play right now, because I'm literally having to force myself to learn a tank, even though tanks, and I say this consistently throughout my whole entire videos, I'm not a tank player. I do not do well with tanks, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. But that's just not how I really play Overwatch. I do better when I'm playing the 2 roles that I'm most comfortable with, which is offense plus Mei, but also the support role. When it comes to tanks, again, I fall into the category where I kind of struggle and I'm kind of thrown under the bus saying, hey, Zach, you gotta play tanks. We need a tank. We got 3 Mercy mains. 1 is already biting the bullet and playing Soldier. You have to play tanks. So I even fall to the system to where if we don't have any tank mains or tank players because, well, it's not evenly distributed, then I'm kind of screwed and the whole team is screwed because I'm playing a hero role that I'm not most comfortable with, and we're just gonna fall flat to the other team because, well, we're not diverse with the heroes we like to pick, or play rather. So how do we fix this problem? How do we eliminate the problem where people are being forced to play a role that they're not comfortable with? Well, it's pretty simple. I don't know why Blizzard hasn't implemented this into the code of the matchmaking system, but we're gonna literally take your stats. We're gonna look at the heroes that you're most comfortable with, and that you do consistently well with on the season base, maybe your whole career base, whatever the case may be, and we're gonna pair you with maybe 1 other person just like you, but we're gonna pair you up with people that are of the opposite status of you, with other healers, with other tanks. Like, let's just take this for an example. Let's say I love to play offense. I play McCree, Soldier, Tracer, Pharah. Obviously, I'm a DPS main. I just do well on offense because I can get the kills. I know how to play those types of heroes. So we're gonna eliminate the problem where we get paired up with 3 other people just like me. Again, that's not always gonna happen, but it's not too far from the truth. We're gonna pair that offensive loving person with the people that love to play support, that love to play tanks. Maybe we can throw in a wild card factor, like me for an example. I'm pretty flexible. I can play support, I can play DPS, I can even play some defense heroes. The only thing is that I can't play tanks, but I'm slowly learning tanks, and maybe we'll throw that into the mix. The thing that we're trying to eliminate, and that can be easily solved with just taking the statistics, taking the numbers from your player profile and making it so that other people that are of the similar status of you aren't on your team, because hey, someone needs to play tanks. That's how Overwatch should really play. Obviously, you can sometimes win a game where you have more offensive heroes than tanks, but more or less it's more ideal to have a more balanced kind of hero roles on your team. I feel like this is a system that really wouldn't break Overwatch, but more or less just make it better, because they're looking at the preferred role that you love to play. But you might be wondering, hey bro, you whack, what if we just select roles before we go into competitive? Like, let's say I only want to play tank. I'm going in competitive, I'm gonna strictly only play tank, and those are my only options. That would be great if Overwatch wasn't all about switches. So let's say this, and again, it can vary for how you want to structure the team. Some teams like to go 2-2-2, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 TBS, that is fine. But what if they have a god like Reaper on the other team? He's just gonna have a field day with the tanks, and maybe you just want a solo tank, which is a pretty meta team comp right now, because well, Reaper is so great and he can just kill and just sustain himself, because well, there's a large health pack right there, the Roadhog, the Winston, the Diva, Zari even to an extent. So again, that's why I really don't like hero roles, more or less just a preferred role. That's what I'm looking for in this solution. The biggest thing with this solution is that it would just make a competitive Overwatch a little bit more comfortable to play, because sometimes people just suck with tanks, like me for an example. Yes, I am learning Diva, yes, I'm somewhat decent with her, but I would much rather just play a soldier or a Mei or even a McCree or Pharah to an extent, and not have to be thrown under the bus because hey, the system put me with other 4 DPS, and now I'm forced to play a role that I'm not comfortable with. But I do want to hear you guys' thoughts, so love you guys, thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.